I'm trying desperately to get an hour. I just want to put an hour of content together for YouTube. That's all I want. I don't want nothing else. And killing me over here.
Men
Men
robbed to
robbed
make
to
it
make it
rain
rain
at New
New
York
York
City
City
strip
strip
club.
club.
Suspect tells
Cops.
cops. Oh, New York City. So what were you going to do with the money? Were you going to use it to start a business? Maybe. No. Were you going to invest in stocks? Maybe do some Bitcoin? No. Were you going to use the money to buy Christmas gifts for your kids and family members? Hell no. So what were you going to do with the money? We're going to throw it at strippers. The robbers who targeted over a dozen delis and gas stations in an outer boroughs crime spree told arresting officers they had plans to blow some of the stolen cash at a strip club. Calvin Scantleberry, 39, Reginald Williams, 23, and Duquan Cooper, 22, were held on bail of up to $150,000 after they were busted for the string of robberies, the Queens District Attorney's Office said Wednesday. If you remember, it wasn't that long ago that a woman's estranged husband beat her and threatened to kill her on a video uploaded to Facebook, and they released him with no bail, where he immediately went back for that woman and killed her in cold blood. So how are they picking and choosing who gets bail and who doesn't? And I don't want to hear that section article bullshit. November 23rd, 2022, Halfcast 377, episode 377. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Utah man hit with multiple charges for holding razor against woman's neck who ignored him during a flight. The flight from JFK to Salt Lake City is a little bit under 6 hours. It's about 5 hours, 47 minutes. So you mean to tell me this grown ass, but still somehow prepubescent man couldn't sit next to this woman for a few hours without thinking she was supposed to be his girlfriend for the trip? Nobody's obligated to talk to you, man. The same thing that was getting you ignored on the ground is getting you ignored in the air. A Utah man who threatened to slit a woman's throat on a JetBlue flight has been charged with assault. The potentially deadly situation occurred on November 21st when Merrill Darrell Thackrell, one whopper of a name, boarded a flight at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York City, headed to Salt Lake City, Utah. Hello, my name is Merrill Darrell Thackrell. That's half the flight right there. You're not parched from saying all that? Illinois man robbed two banks while on court supervised release for two other bank heists. And with that, he just turned the whole game inside out. You're not going to take that time on the streets to prepare a proper defense. Who needs defense? Defense is for guilty people. An Illinois man was found guilty last week of robbing two banks last year. heists that were committed while he was on supervised release for committing 2 other bank robberies, authorities said. If he was any good, he wouldn't have got caught with the first 2. And then you're going to tack on 2 more? November 26, 2022, Half-Cast 378, episode 378, let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Ex-cop killed in shootout after police say he catfished California girl, killed her family. If you look back, it hasn't been that long since the TV show Catfished, which was mildly entertaining, sometimes even funny. From Catfish, we went to Catch a Predator. From To Catch a Predator, we went to people actually luring folks with the promise of sex to be robbed and assaulted. Now it's gone all the way on to murder. It hasn't been that long. The suspect in a triple homicide who died in a shootout with police Friday in Southern California apparently drove across the country to meet a teen girl he catfished online before killing 3 of her family members, police said. Austin Lee Edwards, 28, also likely set fire to the family's home in Riverside, California, before leaving with the girl, the Riverside Police Department announced in a news release. It's still not clear on the specifics of what exactly took place, but I can see them taking one look at this guy and saying, hell no, you're not taking my daughter, you're not taking my granddaughter anywhere. And things probably just went south from there. Monopoly game ends in gunfire after fight breaks out at family game night. Oklahoma cops say, hey, go to jail, go directly to jail. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often because Monopoly is drawn out and infuriating. Uno is downright disrespectful. You're down to 1 card. Now all of a sudden you have to pull 20 more. Then spades. Oh, you might as well have the gun on the table because it's gonna happen. Family was playing at a home on Tulsa's east side around 6:30 p.m. on November 26th. The police told KJRH they had also been drinking. There you go. Turn a children's game into a gunfight at the OK Corral. A man got into an argument with his stepfather, you're not my real daddy, which escalated and turned physical. Police told KJRH they flipped the Monopoly board and knocked over furniture before continuing the fight outside as a family member requested. And if I'm that family member, I'm locking the doors behind them because that's the last time they'll ever step foot in my shit. November 28th, 2022, Half-Cast 379, episode 379, let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Florida man who killed couple and tried to eat a victim's face, declared insane, not guilty. My initial reaction to a Florida man eating someone's face was it had to be drugs. It had to be bath salts or something in that category because my mind couldn't wrap around how unreal it is that someone could do this without any external influence. But no, he just went off the rails and nom nom nom. Sorry. A judge Monday ruled that accused killer Austin Harroup is not guilty by reason of insanity in the 2016 murders of a couple at their Florida home. This doesn't offer any closure. This is actually a slap in the face to the family of this couple to find out that this man can't be held legally accountable for such a gruesome, savage attack. Haruf fatally stabbed John Stevens III, 59, and Michelle Mishkon, 53, in a vicious and random attack that included injuring their neighbor Jeffrey Fisher, who tried to help the couple. The killings took place in Tequesta in southern Martin County in the Port St. Lucie area. The Florida University student, then 19, was found biting and chewing on Stevens' face in the man's driveway, and detectives recovered what appeared to be flesh from Haruf's teeth. Make no mistake about it, if someone has human flesh between their teeth, safety off. You can have my gun and badge at the end of the ship, but I promise you I'm going home in one piece tonight. Deputies reported Haruf was walking to his father's home in the neighborhood when he targeted Stevens III and Mishkon. A medical examiner who performed the autopsies on Stevens III and Mishkon stated they died quickly, which in the grand scheme of what actually happened to these poor people means nothing in the way of alleviating any grief because of the extent of their multiple injuries, records show. Investigators said an extreme amount of force, including taser use, a police dog, and multiple law enforcement officials, was necessary to subdue Haruf. Wait a minute, because just this past year alone, law enforcement has shot people to death for way less. I'm just saying, if you're going to pick and choose when to exercise restraint, why does it have to start with the guy that has the human flesh between his teeth? Woman repeatedly stabs boyfriend for not helping with the bills. Now, there's a lady who knows how to motivate her man. There's nothing like having that special woman in your life who just wants to see you put your best foot forward. This is a love story, kids. A 30-year-old woman in San Antonio, Texas, has been accused of stabbing her boyfriend multiple times for not helping her with the bills, according to court records. If you think you're lonely now, wait until he serves you papers. You think the meal ticket is going to stop with a few stab wounds? Now you're going to have to pay to get this man out of your life. Teenage thief, 17, knocks himself out by running into glass door as he tries to flee Louis Vuitton, $18,000. Oh, there has never been a better idea for a Windex commercial. A brazen-faced thief. I would have used an idiot who wasn't looking where he was going, but colorful, knocked himself unconscious while trying to make a quick getaway after stealing more than $18,000 worth of merchandise at the Louis Vuitton store in the affluent Seattle suburb of Bellevue, Washington. If you're outside waiting with the car running and you see him slam face first into a glass door, would you still be considered a friend if you pulled off? December 11th, 2022, have cast 384, episode 384. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? December 8th, 2022. Half cast 383, episode 383. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? One of the most important tools in an investigator's bag is the ability to work with the community to gather information. So if you have zero leads and you're turning away help from legitimately concerned citizens, you're not really
Happy New Year. What is it? What we got here? $14, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess I'll take me a celebratory shot, right? Yes. Happy New Year to everyone. Sinatra for New Year's, huh? Up in the city.
detecting shit, are you? You might as well hang an out to lunch sign on the door. These were not people looking to hinder the investigation or muddy the waters in any type of way. We're talking about concerned parents who wanted to see you get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible. Was later given a second indefinite suspension following an investigation into a separate incident in which he allegedly failed to flush feces down a toilet in a woman's restroom. He's obsessed with Doogie at the downtown bike patrol office and spread a brown tapioca-like substance on the seat. This man has a fetish and a fascination with feces and fecal matter, and it's not funny. You playing with doodoo all day. When are you gonna fight any crime? Couple. That's what I'm talking about. Strengthening your bond in a relationship by doing things as a team, even if it's kidnapping. Faced their third indictment in Queens Thursday for allegedly kidnapping, assaulting, and robbing a man who responded to their prostitution ad. District Attorney Melinda Katz said, "When I look at that house, it doesn't say to me so horny, me love you long time. It says there are people chained up in an unfinished basement." Florida man who killed couple and tried to eat a victim's face declared insane, not guilty. My initial reaction to a Florida man eating someone's face was it had to be drugs. It had to be bath salts or something in that category because my mind couldn't wrap around how unreal it is that someone could do this without any external influence. But no, he just went off the rails and nom nom nom. Sorry. A judge Monday ruled that accused killer Austin Harroup is not guilty by reason of insanity in the 2016 murders of a couple at their Florida home. This doesn't offer any closure. This is actually a slap in the face to the family of this couple to find out that this man can't be held legally accountable for such a gruesome, savage attack. December 21st, 2022, Halfcast 388, episode 388. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Two women have filed a class action lawsuit against Apple, alleging that hidden AirTags were used by former partners to stalk them. The controversial product, which resembles a large button, was designed to help track personal belongings like luggage, but AirTags have been widely misused, with notable examples including one being slipped into a model's coat pocket and others used to follow luxury vehicles before stealing them. Then there was the one instance where the AirTag was actually used what it was made for, to track down someone's stolen luggage. So for every one instance you have where the device is used properly, you have 3 or 4 nightmares where it's being used to stalk and terrorize people. Now, the question is, can Apple separate the cons from the pros? Is it even possible at this point? North Carolina sheriff who disparaged black employees resigns. Oh, I'm here for it, and I love to see it. How does it feel to throw your whole career away because you're stuck to an ideal that let the world pass you by? Suspended North Carolina sheriff has resigned in the aftermath of a leaked audio recording in which he called black employees by derogatory names and said they should be fired, his attorney announced Monday. Attorney Michael Mills made the announcement during a hearing on whether Jody Green, who was elected Columbus County Sheriff in 2018, should be removed from office, according to news outlets. I want to know what he said. Did he use the oldies but goodies, or did he come up with some fresh material? If you're going to go out on your shield, the least you could do is come up with some brand new zingers. Give us something to remember you by before we remember you as the guy who checked our receipt on our way out of Walmart. Illinois man robbed two banks while on court supervised release for two other bank heists. And with that, he just turned the whole game inside out. You're not going to take that time on the streets to prepare a proper defense. Who needs defense? Defense is for guilty people. An Illinois man was found guilty last week of robbing two banks last year, heists that were committed while he was on supervised release for committing two other bank robberies, authorities said. If he was any good, he wouldn't have got caught with the first two. And then you're going to tack on two more? News Center 7 got these 911 calls through a public records request. Oh, this should be good. Hello, I have a question for you. The caller said to dispatchers, do you have any extension numbers for Homeland Security, FBI? Let's not forget, this is a 911 emergency only line, and he's using it to ask questions. This was the first call authorities got from Daniels on Monday. Oh, it's going to be a hell of a day. He believed there was some paranormal activity going on in town. So you mean to tell me there was something strange in your neighborhood and that's who you called? CBS News suspends Twitter posting in light of the uncertainty about Musk-owned social platform. It's like he wanted to be the life of the party, so he bought the party. Now the chips are stale and the soda is flat. And the record keeps skipping. Superior Court Judge Jill G. O'Malley on Friday sentenced Nicholas Thompson to the prison term and ordered that he serve 85% of the sentence before he can be considered for release on parole under the state's No Early Release Act. You're playing around in Jersey. O'Malley also ordered that Thompson, 25, be required to register as a sex offender under Megan's law and be subject to lifetime parole supervision once he is released from prison, Santiago said in a news release. Me personally, you can't convince me that this is his first time doing something like this, whether as a police officer or sometime in the past, because nobody wakes up and decides today is going to be the first day that they take advantage of a woman that's unconscious or just not in her right state of mind. Georgia school administrator accused of sex with student providing booze to minors because the teacher who filmed the OnlyFans content in the classroom. She was wrong. She was dead wrong, but she only wanted to use the classroom. She wasn't looking to involve any students. This woman right here, she's a different type of animal. She was looking to participate and encourage any of these students. And what makes it worse is when you bring these kids alcohol, not only are you introducing them to a high risk environment, you're encouraging high risk behavior. Women steal $1,000 in clothes from True Religion. Pepper sprays employee. MPD says. Who's still wearing True Religion? Did they steal a time machine also? Two women are on the run after they allegedly stole more than $1,000 in clothes from a True Religion store earlier this week, according to the Memphis Police Department. I figured it all out. They're time traveling bandits. It's not about finding them where in 2022. It's about finding them when in 2015. Teacher fired after telling black students his race is superior. Another one bites the dust. There is nothing superior about being told to have your desk cleared out by the end of the day. I'm going to end up making a career off of this. A middle school teacher in Texas has been fired after a video posted on social media showed him telling students his race is superior. Deep down in my heart, apparently not deep enough, buddy. I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one. The teacher was recorded telling students of various races last week inside a classroom at Bowles Middle School, a 6th through 8th grade school in Pflugerville, about 18 miles northeast of Austin. What text was he teaching from? The Jim Crow culturally correct curriculum? $24 of cocaine found inside duffel bag left on flight that landed at JFK. So much for a white Christmas. People lose their luggage. People leave their kids. But one thing you don't leave is the yayo. Chi-Chi, get the yayo. A duffel bag left on a flight that arrived at JFK Airport earlier this month was found to have 10 bricks of cocaine inside, authorities said Wednesday. Wait a minute. Because they said 10 bricks, 24 pounds, is 10.886 kilograms. That's almost 11. Where's the other one? Indiana man allegedly kills, dismembers father after believing him to be a robot, had to shoot at it. And this only confirms what I already knew, that there are adults out there still in need of sex education. Do you know how you got here, son? When the sheriff's department located east of Atlanta released their most wanted list for November, Christopher Spalding appeared offended by the omission. The nerve! How about me? Spalding asked through his personal Facebook account. The department was happy to reply saying, "You are correct. You have 2 warrants. We are on the way." How many of you think they didn't reply they were on the way until they were right outside? Custodian arrested in Houston. There's a lot going on in that Houston area after allegedly urinating in woman's water bottle, giving her STD. I understand when you have sex with your partner, you're having sex with your partner's partners, but who would have thought you would have to get checked just for keeping yourself hydrated? It makes you think. December 4th, 2022, Halfcast 381, episode 381. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? When confronted with evidence against her, Lakari reportedly made a full confession. She is now facing 2 counts of stalking a minor, your daughter, 2 counts of using a computer to commit a crime, and 1 count of obstruction of justice. Each charges carries the possibility of a 5 to 10-year penalty. What if her daughter writes her in prison posing as her soulmate, and when she gets out looking for her lover, nobody's there? Too petty? Be sure, Walmart still utilizes cashiers at stores across the nation, barely, but the Bentonville, Arkansas-based retail giant, like so many other retailers, has increasingly relied on automation as a means of improving customer experience and reducing labor costs. Walmart even put out a press release in June 2020 to extol the virtues of its man checkout experience, where there is a round area for self-checkout registers and Walmart employees monitoring and assisting with the process. Listen, Doug McMillan, I don't work for you. We don't work for you. I gotta play both sides of the register. Then you want to see my receipt to check my performance as a cashier. Haruf fatally stabbed John Stevens III, 59, and Michelle Mishkon, 53, in a vicious and random attack that included injuring their neighbor Jeffrey Fisher, who tried to help the couple. The killings took place in Tequesta in southern Martin County in the Port St. Lucie area. The Florida University student, then 19, was found biting and chewing on Stevens' face in the man's driveway, and detectives recovered what appeared to be flesh from Haruf's teeth. Make no mistake about it, if someone has human flesh between their teeth, safety off. You can have my gun and badge at the end of the shift, but I promise you I'm going home in one piece tonight. December 1st, 2022. Halfcast 380, episode 380. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? November 19th, 2022. Halfcast 375, episode 375. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? The robbers, who targeted over a dozen delis and gas stations in an outer boroughs crime spree, told the arresting officers they had plans to blow some of the stolen cash at a strip club. Calvin Scantleberry, 39, Reginald Williams, 23, and Duquan Cooper, 22, were held on bail of up to $150,000 after they were busted for the string of robberies, the Queens District Attorney's Office said Wednesday. If you remember, it wasn't that long ago that a woman's estranged husband beat her and threatened to kill her on a video uploaded to Facebook, and they released him with no bail, where he immediately went back for that woman and killed her in cold blood. So how are they picking and choosing who gets bail and who doesn't? And I don't want to hear that section article bullshit. December 27th, 2022. Podcast 390, episode 390. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Man dies in stabbing when he returns to woods without enough drugs, Florida cops say. We're not talking about your buddy just sneaking a few fries out of the box on the way back from McDonald's. These are drugs, buddy, and apparently not enough that someone would notice that some was missing. Four Edison police officers facing trial after one turns down plea deal. This is exactly why nobody wants to have co-defendants. You do understand that you won't be going to jail as a criminal. You'll be going to jail as a police officer. Oh, it's always fun coming back to Jersey. Four suspended Edison police officers facing racketeering charges lost their chance this week to have the case dismissed by resigning from their jobs after one turned down the deal. You're a dirty cop. Embrace it. What are you trying to salvage that you haven't already thrown away? Your pride? Your integrity? Man stabbed after he finds girlfriend's ex-boyfriend hiding in closet, Texas cops say. You want to talk about adding insult to injury? Or injury to insult. This man took 2 L's and neither one of them was love. Oh, I have too much fun doing this. A love triangle feud exploded into violence at a Texas woman's apartment overnight, according to San Antonio police. It might be a tough pill to swallow, but that's not even a love triangle at this point. If he's in the closet, you're just an interruption. There's a draft. Shut the door. a Texas might as well